I've learned that if you don't have any love for yourself or time for yourself, there's nothing you can give other people. And the cats represent that for me, this animal that loves itself, that takes care of itself, that prioritizes itself. And I think that that's what my tigers represent, is sort of this idea of self-love and taking the time to love yourself so that you can love other people as well. The expressions on the tigers are something that I'm very mindful of because I feel like they have such expressive faces with very dynamic stripes, you know? So I try and convey the sense of, with my box series specifically, when they have fierce expressions, it was with the idea that sometimes society puts us in boxes. We grow up with this identity of who we are, of who we think we need to be. And some of the tigers are at peace with that, and so they have a very calm demeanor. And the other tigers are more expressive and fierce because they're not happy within that space. And it's this need to want to break past boundaries and to kind of be more than what other people and even they themselves think that they can be. So the paint and canvas that I use is a traditional Bhutanese canvas. It's called reishi, and it's a piece of cloth that's stretched and treated in a very special way to make it more durable. The paint is called satsun, and it literally translates to earth paint. And it's different colored soil that's taken from different regions in Bhutan and mixed with an adhesive. I remember there was this one day where I went into the temple and I saw all these beautiful works by our masters in Bhutan. You didn't know who the artist was. You just saw their work. And I think that for me that was so special because they weren't painting it so that they could become famous or that they would be remembered. It was from sheer dedication and love for their craft, for what they were doing, that they were able to create these precise brush strokes, these amazing pieces of work. And it was without a name. So one of the reasons that I take so much pride in using traditional Bhutanese paint is, I guess for myself, it's a small tribute to all the masters and the artists in the past who couldn't sign their names on a canvas. So it's my little way of trying to pay tribute to that. There are a few different types of paints that we use in Bhutan. We have the dotsen, which is the stone pigments, which is very similar to the ones they use in Japan. Then we have satsun, which is what I use, the earth paint. And then there's one where it's more natural materials that you pick up, like the dyes and plants that you use to dye the paint. This one is very difficult to use. It's very temperamental, and I think there was a point where a lot of artists are stopping to use Bhutanese paint because it's very difficult to use, and the colors aren't as vibrant as acrylic paint. And so at a certain point, the traditional artists were stepping away from using these paints. And I think it's thanks to artists like Gembo and my work also that there's sort of been this revival. And there's a lot of artists now saying that, hey, these pieces are special because we're using our traditional material, you know? So it's making a comeback now. My pieces are very important to me because it's not just images that I paint, it's a part of myself that I'm revealing and opening up from the things that I've experienced, the things that I want to question, you know? It's a huge part of my journey that I'm sharing with people. A lot of the contemporary artists in Bhutan are mostly male, especially with the older generation. And so yeah, when I had my first solo, we realized that it was the first time a female had a solo exhibition. It was a very, very proud moment.
In Bhutan, we are a Vajrayana Buddhist country. And being a Vajrayana Buddhist country, everything is about our quest for enlightenment. And it is believed that the enlightened heart, the enlightened mind is represented by 4 animals. One is the tiger, one is the snow lion, one is the Garuda, and one is the dragon. That's why the tiger is so important, because it represents enlightenment. So when you look at the tiger, the moment you look at it, what do you feel? There's this sense of majesty, right? Majestic quality, fearlessness, noble. I hope that everyone who comes here and sees these paintings, I hope Zimbiri's artwork can connect with their own innate inner tiger, which all of us have. And I hope that the outer tiger will awaken the inner tiger.